In this video, I'll be showing how to tape some drywall joints. Okay, so these are new drywall pieces that I placed in here, cut and placed in. There's one here, here, and one up above. And there are some big cracks here, so I went ahead and pre-filled them, which is important because if you don't, this could actually end up cracking later on and cause an issue which you have to redo. So we don't want to do that. So I pre-filled it, and now I want to finish it off with some tape. And what you want to do is basically just place this tape over any of the seams in here. And when you place it on there, this creases one way, or it prefers to be creased one way. And you want to place it so the crease goes against the wall like that. Because if you go this way, it can actually stick out later on, possibly, and look really bad. So make sure that crease is facing the wall. But what you do is just grab your knife. Got a 6-inch knife here, and I've got some joint compound here, all purpose, and I've watered it down a little bit because what you want to do is actually take some mud and put it in where you're going to be putting the tape first, and then you're going to place the tape on there, and then you kind of want to like get the mud out from behind the tape a little bit so it's not sticking up too high. You kind of want to flatten it out, and that kind of helps the tape set into the mud and hold in place. So what we'll do is basically just measure it out. It's about there. Piece. So that is ready to go. I can fold it like that. So that way it sits in there nicely. And we're just going to set it in there like that. So we'll take our mud. Get enough on there. Okay, get the other side. Okay, got some mud on there. And then what you do is take your tape here and set it in place. And I like to clean off my knife and kind of get it in the corner, not push too hard, but get it just to get a nice corner in there. And then kind of work it into the mud. Gonna secure it one more time, make sure it's really in there. Okay. And like I said, you want to kind of get the excess mud out of there, so I'm pushing down while I'm going up to kind of squeeze out some of that mud behind so the tape isn't sticking out too high. Okay, I think that's in there pretty good. And then I'm going to take a little bit more mud and go over it to kind of feather it out. gonna do that to both sides. Okay, kind of finish it off here. Now, ideally, I would do one side and then let it dry, and then come tomorrow once it's dry and do the other side, because when you kind of scrape up one side, it'll be perfect, but then when you do the other side, it'll kind of mess up this first side. So ideally, you do one side and the next day the other. I got it pretty decent. And I'm gonna be covering this whole closet with mud anyways, so I think that's good for now. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the other sections here, and I'll probably speed up the video because this might take a little bit. All right, I finished up. I'll show you what I did here. So it's not perfect, but I'm not too worried about it right now. But I've got, I've got the corner in there, I've got the piece there, I've got the corner there and the piece there. And like I said, it's not perfect. I have this really, really bumpy kind of coarse texture here. And this is new drywall. And I'm gonna be covering this whole closet with mud, completely resurfacing everything. So I'm not too worried about it looking perfect because everything's gonna go, there's gonna be a skim coat going over everything here. So, but yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. Make sure, like I said, it's good to start from the middle and go out to squeeze out all the air bubbles, get a good amount of mud underneath, but then squeeze it out, and then a little bit of mud over the top, and then feather it out. Ideally, if this was going to be like a finished surface here, you want to feather this out more. But that's pretty much it. So if you like this content, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.